Hi, so for today we're talking about this 8-bit Do Ultimate 2 wireless controller, and in my opinion this might be the end-game controller. I think that it's one of the best controllers that I've tried. Now, I don't have experience with trying like tons and tons of different controllers. I myself am a very like PlayStation controller person. I really use PlayStation controllers the most because that's a familiar layout to me. Not that I had ever, I had a PlayStation when the PlayStation 3 era, when that was new. I had that for some years, but I don't have any like nostalgia towards PlayStation and so on. I actually also had the Xbox, the original Xbox, for a while, but that's a long time ago. I was getting tired of the PlayStation controllers. Like, the Bluetooth connection was, sometimes I had to reconnect and reconnect with the computer, and sometimes it just didn't work, and I feel like the responsiveness was just too slow. So I was looking for something that had a 2.4, a 2.6 wireless, what is called 2.4 wireless connection instead. And I stumbled upon this one, which had the charging dock, which also is a connecting 2.4 wireless. And I really think that this has a great design and really has a great feel to it. Somehow, some things about this controller makes it feels like that this 8-bit Do controller is better quality than the original Sony PlayStation 5 controller, in my opinion. There's also so many cool features with this. Not only that it has like great clicky thing, and it feels like a great quality here, but it has like extra buttons. I don't know if that's normal on Xbox controllers these days, but they have like 2 extra buttons right here, and they have 2 extra buttons right here. So it has a four extra buttons for these that can be programmed. Like, you can set them to what you want in game, or on your computer as well. And they have a cool little switch here. Now, I also always use, underneath here there's this little switch here, and I always use this where it goes all the way down, but you can switch it over like this, and then these become like digital switches, where super fast. So if you're doing something where you need like fast switching, instead of so I think this is maybe better if it's a trigger or something, if it's a shooter game. But I use it mostly for like jumping and swinging in Spider-Man and so on. I like this because it feels like more intuitive to me. But I think I've seen that some are searching for some controllers with this fast trigger or digital trigger here that this one has, and on this one you can turn it on and off, and as you can hear, it's very responsive, like this, and you have this color option here. I have played with this for like several sessions of several hours, and have no complaints about power. But one thing that's super cool about this is that you have it in the dock when and then it's charging. The charging dock is also the connection dock, so you always have a fully charged controller, which is always also one of the pains with having a controller that's not in a dock. Oh, I actually have a dock for this, but I don't remember to put it in a dock, because the dock is not like this is my dock on the 8-bit Do is on my table, because it's also my connection to this. So I don't know if that makes sense, but in my opinion it's just a much better solution. Now, if I must be critical of something on this right here, in my opinion, feels a little like when you have this in your hand right here, this can be a little rough, this, not rough, but it's a little sharp, this edge here on your thumb. But that's if you hold it like this, and you always hold your controllers like this, so you never have anything on this edge, and I think they know that. So you're using it like this, and you don't maybe it's more like when you just hold it for, you don't use it. So that it doesn't actually make sense to complain about, but that's just something that you should know, that this is just a sharp edge right here. And as a PlayStation controller, I still tend to go here with my thumbs when I want to use it instead of going up here. But that's just like I need to remember that these are not next to each other. These are up here. But for these, I feel like they are more responsive somehow. I don't know if they're better quality than the PlayStation 1, but they feel, if not better, then at least just as good as the original PlayStation 1. If you don't want to use the wireless 2.4, you have the option of going Bluetooth instead just by flicking this here. But in my opinion, I think I made a video about it once. I said Bluetooth is dead. Like, I do whatever I can to avoid Bluetooth. I don't like Bluetooth in headphones. I don't like Bluetooth in wireless devices. I don't like Bluetooth in anything. Bluetooth stinks. I think it's slow. Latency is you can feel latency in Bluetooth. At least I feel I can feel latency in Bluetooth, and the connectivity and sometimes the connection just get lost when you use Bluetooth. Like sometimes you go like one way and then the controller is not responding, or the Bluetooth headset is not responding, and so on. I know that in Apple devices you have Apple headphones and so on. The Bluetooth is just stellar, really, really good, but that's just not something that you can rely on. Bluetooth is not like, you know, that Bluetooth always is good. Bluetooth is really like fluctuating on how good it is. Whereas I think 2.4 gigahertz connections always just work because they are paired to the device that's plugged in via USB-C or a USB, and it feels like it's just plug and play. And this is also just plug and play because you just plug in the dock into your computer and then it just works. You don't have to fiddle around with Bluetooth. And I actually, in my PC, turned Bluetooth off in the BIOS because I hate Bluetooth that much. So this just works. Now, I actually think that these are Hall effects, or maybe the buttons that are Hall effect. And I don't know if these are Hall effects. So maybe that's why this one feels better to me. So I don't know how exactly that works, but that should be better for anti-stick drift. But I'm not a controller enthusiast. But as someone who uses controller casually at the computer, this plug-and-play solution is by far the best. Thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like this, consider subscribing. If you have any questions about this one, leave it in the comments below. Bye.